वायदा किया था कि 10 दिन में कर्जा माफ होने का काम शुरू हो जाएगा। 2 स्टेट्स में, मैं खुशी से कह रहा हूं, 2 स्टेट्स में 6 घंटे नहीं लगे और तीसरे स्टेट में होने वाला है। 10 गुना बेहतर परफॉर्मेंस करके मैंने दिखा दी, तो यही नेशनल लेवल पे होगा।
हमने निर्णय ले लिया है कि हिंदुस्तान के हर गरीब व्यक्ति को 2019 के बाद कांग्रेस पार्टी वाली सरकार गारंटी करके न्यूनतम आमदनी देने जा रही है। इसका मतलब मिनिमम इनकम गारंटी, मतलब हिंदुस्तान के हर गरीब व्यक्ति के बैंक अकाउंट में कम से कम न्यूनतम आमदनी हिंदुस्तान की सरकार देने जा रही है।
Thing that we are going to do when we win the 2019 election is pass the women's reservation bill in parliament, and we will ensure that in every election many more youngsters and women participate. We want to see women in positions of leadership.
These were the 3 major remarks, and there is a 4th story, viewers, which is still not on camera, but sources have told my colleague Ashutosh Kumar that there is a 4th plank, the 4th part of Rahul Gandhi's arsenal, and this could be the Permanent Debt Relief Commission. For what that could involve and the contours, possible contours, let's head across to Ashutosh Kumar. Ashutosh, Kerala did this in 2007, and this is an idea that originated in pre-independence times, where this was used, the Sir Chotu Ram Commission as it is called historically, in Punjab. What is the possibility that the Congress could now unveil this as the 3rd point of attack on the government as far as the farm sector is concerned?
Well, yes, Siddharth, the one thing that we need to understand over here is that Congress, and specifically Congress President Rahul Gandhi, is indeed on a political bandwagon, and that political bandwagon is indeed spinning or rotating really very, very fast. And that's precisely the reason why we are seeing that multiple new ideas are coming from the Congress camp. And look at the constituency that they are trying to target. It is essentially the farmers, the tillers of the land. That is the constituency that Congress party seems to be trying to cater to. As far as this particular initiative is concerned, the thing that is being talked about over here is National Debt Relief Commission for the farmers. It will, the sources have indicated to us that the Congress envisages it as a statutory state-backed body, and the idea over here seems to be that even before that stress develops into the system, even it grows to a peak, and even as 5-7 years pass, there is a need, there is an inherent need to address that situation at a time before it actually reaches the peak. And the idea over here being that a group of the state administration, the banks themselves go to the stressed sectors of the farmers, meet the farmers and address their problem at the local level, so that the issue does not get larger than life shape. It doesn't acquire that kind of shape. So this is what has been envisaged. As the elections approach, there is a strong possibility of Congress President Rahul Gandhi making an announcement to this effect.
Okay, Ashutosh, so clearly that completes what could be the 4-pronged plan. 3 have been unveiled. The 4th, like you said, could come up or may not come up. We'll leave that for later. But I want to head straight across to Ranjana Kumari ji. Ranjana ji, yet another election, and once again, yet another promise for 33% reservation that the Matru Shakti of this country deserves and has been delayed by a male-dominated parliament for years now. Do you trust what Rahul Gandhi has said? And is it possible?
Well, you are absolutely well, you are absolutely right in your comment that it is something which we have been let down repeatedly by successive governments, including the present NDA government, which had women reservation bill on the top of their manifesto. When they released the manifesto, this was one of the first promises that NDA made, UPA made, all political parties. Women reservation bill is a political issue because women are now voting in large numbers today, because even when you look at the state elections, women have voted more than men. In 2014, women voted more and opted for BJP because they believed and trusted the safety and security promise made by the BJP. But you can see the condition of women today. So many, 3 times rape cases have increased. Women are getting harassed and beaten, and everything is happening, even including, women have been burnt in UP, for example. So the safety security could not be delivered the way it should have been, and women reservation bill was kept in hanging in spite of the fact that every single political party today really swears by it and support, and was willing to extend the support to NDA government, but they never ever tabled it. So now 3 reasons, let me just briefly tell you. One, that women are voting more, so women's vote is going to matter in 2019 election. They will decisively vote for party which is really able to do something for women and will be able to apparently make a open promise for women. Number 2, that women in the Panchayati Raj elections have really got mobilized. 50% seats have been reserved in most of the states for women. Now these are women with political aspirations, women mayors are there, women sabhasads are there. They want to move forward in politics, but there is a big block. And number 3, that increasing number of women becoming office bearers in political parties are now putting pressure on the party. For example, I know in the case of even Congress party, I think there is a lot of pressure from within to bring more women up and to give women more important positions in the party. So I think on all these 3 accounts, women reservation bill becomes the most important way to convince Indian women that this party is going to really bring in, and I am sure that all parties have made that promise. And if Rahul Gandhi is saying within two months of their government they will be able to bring women reservation bill, certainly this is going to work like magic amongst the women, because this is something which women are expecting for 23 years.
Absolutely.
Having been part of the struggle from day one,
right,
I can tell you that every government has let down except for in 2010.
I agree.
Aditi Fadnis, Rajya Sabha, and it has been
Aditi Fadnis, the question that I want to raise and ask you very simply, because pretty much every party has said it, and I will ask the BJP spokesperson subsequently that with a brute majority in the Lok Sabha and goodwill in the Rajya Sabha, why did this not become a priority despite the promise for the BJP? But I am very proud of the fact that on today's panel we have 4 women, and I will first go to them rather than Vivek Avasthi and Suresh Nakua. So please bear with us, both of you. Also very proud to inform the viewers, it's not just the guests, but pretty much everyone who is producing this show on BTVI, including our executive producer Smita Saran and a young team which rolls the evening band, 99% women, and we are very proud at BTVI for them. Aditi Fadnis, I want to ask you, is this pure play Rajniti by Rahul Gandhi with an eye on the women vote in 2019?
Well, I should think so, because I'm not sure if this will swing women voters to the Congress, but certainly it's worth trying, because the women voted for the Narendra Modi stroke BJP government in very large numbers. We know that anecdotally, and they were seen as being responsible for his victory in a way. So Rahul Gandhi is presumably assuming that if he dangles this carrot, very large numbers will vote for him. I am not so sure, but we have to see.
Okay. Smita Gupta, why this promise now by Rahul Gandhi, and do you think the women voters may take it seriously?
Well, you know, it's part of a whole package of promises that he is making. As you can see, he's made this minimum income, he's promised this minimum income to the poor, he's talking about a farmer debt panel. And so he's addressing different constituencies, and the women's constituency, as speakers before me have said, is a very important constituency because women have begun to vote in very large numbers. And this question of 33% reservation for women in all the legislatures, parliament, as well as in all the states, has been spoken about for more than 2 decades. The Congress has a slightly better record than the BJP in the sense that they at least brought it to the Lok Sabha in their decade in power when the UPA was in power. And but then they did not succeed in the Rajya Sabha finally. The BJP hasn't yet brought it. So to that effect, I'll say that I don't think he thinks he's going to just get all the women's votes just because he's promising, but he is trying to, rather I would say he's trying to preempt anything that the BJP might say in this last budget session.
Important point. You touched upon that. Pallavi Sharma, and welcome to the show once again, Pallavi. You are also one of our regular guests. Thank you very much for your time. You're not in the studio, I can see, but we'll get you there very soon. Pallavi, a promise a day will keep the BJP away. Is that Rahul Gandhi's mantra these days? Is this what he swears morning, afternoon and evening?
Good evening, Mr. Zarabi. Thank you for having me. Good evening to all the panelists. I'm going to divide this question into 2 aspects. Just bear with me. Just give me some a little more time.
Don't divide
One
and
is
rule.
the political aspect of it. No. One is the political aspect of it, and the second is the economic aspect of it. As far as the political aspect goes, you see all the 3 promises that my party president has made. One is the farm loan waiver, the other is the women reservation bill, and the third is the MBI, which is the minimum basic income level. All 3, I think the foremost question is, should it be done or should they not be done? That's the foremost question, and I want to confront anybody who says that all these 3 promises should not be implemented and they're not the need of the hour. Of course, the answer to it is yes, they are very much the need of the hour and all 3 need to be implemented. And if the answer is yes, then all it requires is a political will, which the Congress party and my party president has shown. 2, coming to the economics of it, first I'll go by the women reservation bill. The Congress party did table that bill in Lok Sabha. It got passed in Lok Sabha while the UPA government was in power. It lapsed in Rajya Sabha because the NDA government came to power. And in these 5 years, when the UPA government, when the Congress party kept pleading with them that please at least table this bill for discussion, the NDA government, the BJP government has not even shown the decency to table this bill for discussion in the last 5 years. Also, the Congress party has done its bit. My party president and Srimati Sonia Gandhi ji wrote to the Prime Minister. My party president wrote to all the state chief ministers that we are in power in and has asked them to implement the 33% reservation in the respective state legislative assemblies. Next, coming to the minimum basic income, coming to the economics of it. See, there was a report, economic survey report in 2016 and 17 that said that only 4.9% of the GDP, it would cost India 4.9% of its GDP if it was to implement the universal basic income. Now, I want to make a small clarification. What the Congress president said, he did not talk about universal basic income. He spoke about a minimum basic income. The categorical difference between the two is universal basic income will include me, you and all the panelists. But a minimum basic income would target the poorest of the poor, and that is what the Congress party is focused at right now. We are only speaking of a minimum basic income, which is very much achievable because it would cost only 1% or even less than that of India's total GDP.
Pallavi,
right
let's
now.
keep the focus
So
on women right now.
Pallavi,
sorry for the interruption, Pallavi. The point is, it's not even the most optimistic surveys which predict a reduction in the BJP seats are not giving a clear verdict to the Congress. If the BJP couldn't or didn't do it, how can the Congress, on what basis is Mr. Gandhi making the promise for women reservation bill? It's almost a quarter of a century that it has not been done, ma'am.
No. Like I said, sorry, I thought I was to speak on all three promises collectively. If we are focusing only on the women reservation bill, like I said, while the UPA was in power, it was tabled, it got passed in the Lok Sabha, it was pending in the Rajya Sabha. The NDA government came to power. They only required it to be cleared in the Rajya Sabha, but they did not even table it in the time period, which is 6 months, I think, got lapsed, and that bill had to be tabled again in the Lok Sabha. Now the NDA apparently enjoys a brute majority in the Lok Sabha. They could have easily cleared this bill. They have shown this tyrannical and dictatorial policies with several other bills.
Yeah, you made several points, Pallavi. Ma'am, you have made several points, and let us now, Pallavi, you have made several points, and I want to avoid a parliament-like situation. Let me go to the two representatives of that brute majority, and I am not calling them brutes. I am just saying they are the brute majority, the BJP. And for you, Suresh Nakhwa, the question is a promise a day by the Congress to keep the BJP away, but you also made hundreds of promises. Why have you not kept many of them, including the women's reservation bill?
You are talking about promise a day. Now, Congress President Rahul Gandhi is a serial liar. He talked about meeting with President Macron. He was called out by President Macron. He lied about meeting Parikarji. He was called out by Parikarji. Now, as Congress spokesperson was saying, he talked about uniform basic income for poorest of poor. That was day before yesterday. Yesterday he said it is uniform basic income for all. You can check the ANI tweet.
Yes.
And he has said the same comment. And now if you calculate,
yes,
if it becomes for all, what would be the amount? What would be your fiscal deficit?
Suresh bhai, we have criticized that issue on the fiscal side. Mera sawal aaj is only focused on the women's part.
Okay, now women reservation bill, I'll come to that. The Congress spokesperson was saying that they tabled the bill they got it passed in Lok Sabha.
Indeed.
And they didn't get it passed in Rajya Sabha. Who was opposing it in Rajya Sabha?
Who was?
Their own ally, RJD, Lalu Prasad. Their own ally, Samajwadi Party.
Suresh ji, वो तो history है, but in recent political history, NDA से बड़ा कोई दल तो था नहीं.
I'll tell you. They have a history of lying. In 2000, sir, one second, let me complete my point. In 2005, Manmohan Singh told, we will electrify each village by 2009.
Suresh ji,
Sonia
I
Gandhi,
follow you on Twitter.
Sir,
you
one
are
second.
a smart, sharp spokesperson.
Sir, on 2009, Sonia Gandhi ji gave a letter in writing 2009 in every village, every house would be electrified.
सुरेश जी, बाकी चैनल की तरह क्यों करें डिबेट? आपसे सवाल पूछ रहा हूँ, जेन्युइनली, आप जानते हो विषय का जवाब. आपके पास ब्रूट मेजॉरिटी थी. People are asking this question, sir, why did BJP not make a fresh attempt during this Lok Sabha? Some of the tallest, एक मिनट बात कंप्लीट करूंगा. Some of the tallest readers in Indian politics across the spectrum belong to the Bharatiya Janata Party. Sumitra Mahajan, Bharatiya Janata Party. Sushma Swaraj, Bharatiya Janata Party. Smriti Irani, Bharatiya Janata Party. मतलब इतनी लंबी लिस्ट है, आपने उनके लिए नहीं किया. सुरेश जी, जवाब देना पड़ेगा ना. पुराना मत बोलिए.
पुराना तो बोलना पड़ेगा ना, कि आप झूठ बोलते हैं. 2000
कम से कम अभी का तो बताइए.
2005 में बोलते हैं, हम 2009 तक
कर देंगे. पूरा झूठ बोलते हैं.
14
आपने क्या किया 5 वर्ष में?
अब अभी तक ये लोकसभा खत्म नहीं हुई
जी.
अभी भी एक टर्म बाकी, अभी भी
लोग बोलेंगे ना टोकन है,
अभी भी एक सेशन बाकी है.
अच्छा, तो मैं क्या मानूं कि आप बजट सेशन में ला रहे हैं?
अभी भी एक सेशन बाकी है. मैंने
नहीं तो उसमें ला रहे हैं.
नहीं, अभी भी एक सेशन बाकी है. शायद आ जाए, शायद आ जाए. क्यों नहीं आ सकते?
ठीक है. बट जो लोग, एक मिनट, मैं कंस्ट्रक्टिव बात करेंगे. अगर मैं मानता हूं चलिए देर आए दुरुस्त आए, बट इफ यू ब्रिंग इट, व्हाट विल बी योर रिस्पॉन्स टू सम पीपल हु विल से यू हैव डन मेयर टोकनिज्म?
Sir, first of all, let me say, we abolished triple talaq. Supreme Court abolished triple talaq.
I am not saying you are anti-woman.
We brought the bill. Who opposed it? The same Congress opposed it. They walked out.
Okay.
They did it twice from Rajya Sabha.
जी.
दूसरी बार ऑर्डिनेंस लाना पड़ा, दूसरी बार इन्होंने लॉ पास होने नहीं दिया.
जी.
So this Congress is anti-woman.
चलिए, Ranjana Kumari, as we complete this part of the debate, I just want quick comments from all of you, 30 seconds comments, ma'am. And let me take the BJP spokesperson Suresh Nakhwa's comment. He always makes reasonable, serious points, and I am taking the serious point of his
First of all, let me come in.
Yes, ma'am, I'm coming to you. Do you believe the BJP will present this bill in the 10-day session of Parliament?
Let me correct you. Let me correct you because you people are making factual mistake. Let me correct you because you are speaking about bill and making factual mistake. The bill was tabled in Lok Sabha, no, not Lok Sabha. It was tabled in Rajya Sabha and passed by UPA. It was supposed to be tabled in Lok Sabha. And Lok Sabha, the bill could not be tabled because at that time the Congress did not have the majority. Today, BJP has 2/3 majority. And plus all the other parties today, even RJD which was opposing it, even Mulayam Singh's party, now Akhilesh is supporting it. There is not a party which is not supporting the bill. In spite of that, the NDA has not tabled the bill in Rajya Sabha, in Lok Sabha. Rajya Sabha, it is already passed. All your panelists are saying it is passed in Lok Sabha. That is not true. It is passed in Rajya Sabha upper house and it is to be tabled in Lok Sabha, which is the lower house, elected representative house.
Ma'am,
Naveen
may I
Patnaik's
interrupt?
government has passed
Ranjana
it
ji, may I
in
interrupt?
Odisha.
Ma'am, may I interrupt? Ranjana ji, just one 10-second interruption for the viewers and for you, because you may not be seeing our screen. Our screen is correctly saying that the Women's Reservation Bill was passed in the Rajya Sabha, ma'am, on the 9th of March 2010. While somebody may have misspoken, the screen is informing the viewers correctly.
Yes.
Okay.
I was inside the house.
Yes, absolutely. Aditi Fadnis.
Okay. Just let me just conclude then.
Sure.
Just
Quickly,
saying in half a minute, that if Mr. Narendra Modi's government wanted to pass 10% reservation for upper caste people, they could pass it, because that is also a constitution amendment. They could pass it in just by one single stroke of pen. Why cannot they do this women reservation bill? Because now women are going to decide the election, I can tell you with some surety and certainty as a political scientist also.
Let Suresh answer. Let the BJP representative answer, ma'am.
Women have got mobilized across the country and Chulha Chauka is not going to impress them.
I already said there is one session left, and secondly,
now will you bring an ordinance or something?
I'm seriously saying there is already one session left.
Okay.
The bill might come
effectively 10 working days.
Yeah,
you know that.
And number two, the Modi government has reached to the poorest of poor by Ujjwala Yojana.
Okay.
That women are the major beneficiaries of Ujjwala Yojana.
Okay. So will you top off all your schemes by this? That's the question. You wanted to come in, Pallavi, very quickly, a quick intervention before I take one point from Aditi as well as Smita on this subject.
Yes, Mr. Zarabi, the only point I'm trying to make here is Ms. Kumari is right when she says that it was passed in the Rajya Sabha in 2010, but it could not get passed in the Lok Sabha. But the only point I'm trying to make is this government, we've seen how through these 5 years it has functioned in the parliament, where the opposition did not agree with them. They did not even care for the opposition's consent. They've gone ahead and passed ordinances. And where they could not pass ordinances, like for example the Aadhaar Act, they brought it in as a
I am out of time, Pallavi. I am so sorry. I have to interrupt you. Pallavi, I am out of time. One quick 30-second comment. Vivek Avasthi, do you sense that the BJP will use this session to push it through in the Lok Sabha? Even if it doesn't become law, it will become a statement of intent.
I don't think there is any time left for it, number one. Number two, both the Congress and the BJP have been fooling around with this bill. If the two parties come together, leave the smaller parties, leave the allies, the two big parties, the Congress and the BJP, are more than enough to get this bill passed. And number three, what Rahul Gandhi has done is just a jumlabazi. Because how can he at this moment and this point of time claim that he'll get numbers in both Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha? So how can he promise this? This is a pure jumla ahead of 2019 elections.
This is completely misleading.
I know this is not a subject that...
Mr. Zarabi. This is completely misleading. Because the Congress party has repeatedly told the Prime Minister, Srimati Sonia Gandhi ji has written to the Prime Minister personally saying, please discuss the bill.
Srimati Sonia Gandhi had told that by 2009 we will electrify every house. Nothing happened till 2014. There's a letter by Srimati Sonia Gandhi.
I am intervening as the moderator, and I have a confession to make, viewers. Perhaps Perhaps we should have given one more hour to this show. My apologies, but we will come back to this theme, and if there is a chance that it is tabled or introduced somehow, some action is taken by the government, we will debate it at length. We have to slip into a short break. We'll come back. Two very interesting topics. One is the Margdarshak Mandal, and then the Dharm Sansad's February 21 deadline for the temple. Stay with us. Back in just 1 minute from now.
It's a call you don't want to miss. The stock you want to trade. What does the chart hold for you? Today's bets. Weekdays at 8:30 a.m. Only on Business Television India.
जिनकी उंगली थाम कर चलना सीखा, हाथ थाम कर उन्हें दिखाऊं दुनिया, समझो हो गया, समझो हो गया। फैशन की पतंग को स्टार्टअप की डोर मिले तो
बजाज अलियांज लाइफ गोल्ड प्लान्स के एक्सपीरियंस्ड इन्वेस्टमेंट मैनेजमेंट का साथ हो तो आप बस लाइफ गोल्ड प्लान करो, bajajalianzlife.com पर लॉग ऑन करो या हमारे इंश्योरेंस कंसल्टेंट से बात करो और बाकी
समझो हो गया।
मुस्कान अच्छी है। प्रधानमंत्री उज्ज्वला योजना करोड़ों महिलाओं के चेहरे पर मुस्कान ला रही है।
किसने सोचा था हमारे घर में सरकार सिलेंडर लगवा देगी।
और अब उज्ज्वला योजना सबके लिए है। हर महिला अपना पहचान पत्र दिखाकर इस योजना का लाभ उठा सकती है।
माताओं की पीड़ा को भली भांति अनुभव करके आया हूँ।
अब 6 करोड़ महिलाओं को मिला उज्ज्वला योजना का लाभ। भारत के 90% घरों में पहुंची घरेलू गैस। प्रधानमंत्री उज्ज्वला योजना, करोड़ों महिलाओं की मुस्कान, अब सबके लिए।
अरे क्या हुआ चाचा, आज काम करते हुए गाना नहीं गुनगुना रहे हैं आप?
क्या गाएं क्या गुनगुनाएं भैया।
क्यों, क्या हुआ? बैठिए।
छोटे भाई को टीबी हो गई है।
हर सरकारी स्वास्थ्य केंद्र में टीबी का जांच और उसके इलाज दोनों ही मुफ्त में उपलब्ध है।
पर चिंता तो अन्य खर्चों की है।
RNTCP नोटिफाइड जितने भी टीबी मरीज हैं ना, सरकार उन्हें आर्थिक सहायता उपलब्ध करा रही है। इलाज की समाप्ति तक सरकार हर टीबी मरीज के बैंक अकाउंट में हर महीने 500 रुपए दिया करेगी। इससे सही पोषण और अन्य खर्च दोनों में सहायता मिलेगी।
ये तो टीबी के मरीजों के लिए बहुत बड़ी राहत है।
बस ऐसे ही गाना गुनगुनाते रहिए चाचा।
टीबी हारेगा, देश जीतेगा।
Welcome back. Soon after coming to power in May 2014, the BJP had said that leaders above 75 years of age would not hold any post. That curtailed the tenures of 3 leaders, the first being Union Minister for Minority Affairs Najma Heptullah, followed by Gujarat Chief Minister Anandiben Patel, and then also Kalraj Mishra, the UP stalwart who was the MSME ministers. But 5 years later, and on the back of recent electoral reverses, the buzz is that the BJP may have a change of heart and relax that 75-year deadline. Will this indeed happen? If it does,